Hi everyone, welcome to Growing Hacks. Today we're going to show you how to propagate a fixed tray using air layering technique. So this video has two parts. First part is how to do a propagation on a fixed tree, and the second part is how to transfer already air layered branch into a pot. So to start with, we need to have few tools.
So we have a watering can filled with water, we have a container with topsoil, we have a utility knife and some string, scissors, a pruner and a
Pruning handsaw,
sellotape, scissors and a split Polly Pocket and some gloves.
So the first question is, what is air layering? So air layering is basically picking up, selecting a matured branch, ideally branch that has produced fruits or flowers in the last season, and we're trying to get them rooted from the branch so we can transfer that into a pot. So before we start everything, I can show you the one we have already done. So as you can see, this one, see the roots that have come out of this the fixed tree branch. So this is like 9 weeks old, and it's ready to transfer into a pot. So let's get started then. So normally fixed trees are grown in Mediterranean countries like Greece, Turkey, and South Spain, countries like that. But here in UK, where I live in, which is southeast, they seems to be growing quite well. So this one is a variety called brown turkey, which is like very sweet variety, and sweeter than the ones you get in supermarket. So let's see how we get done. So I'm gonna select this branch. So it seems like a matured branch. So what we're gonna do is, from here we're gonna put a 1.5 inch cut into this branch, and then we're gonna do the air layering. So I'm using this utility knife. Be careful, use gloves and all protective equipment if you need to do so. So I'm gonna peel off the skin. So I got this half split polythene bag. So it's better to use a transparent polythene bag so you can see when the roots are developed clearly, or else you can use a plastic cup or anything which you have. So basically this is a fiddly bit of this whole thing. Cut the video. So I got this Sellotape and I'm trying to seal this bag around the cut that we just did. Okay, this doesn't have to be perfect, but just to give us some tidiness into the wrapping. So I'll put 2 pieces of Sellotape around it, and now the next thing is just under the cut that we did. So I got this topsoil and compost mixture. You can either use topsoil with coco peat, which would work as well. So any soil that could retain the moisture is ideal for this. So I'm gonna soak this up with water.
So right now we're going to just get a bit of moisture.
So to make this
Nice and moist.
compost nice and moist, because you won't be able to water it after we seal the bag, so it has to retain its moisture
Yeah.
during whatever the 8 weeks or 9 weeks period until it gets well rooted. This bag with the compost mix
that we mix. So we fill that up nicely. And remember, we want it to retain its moisture, and we have to keep the bag closed, so it won't get any watering, because you won't be able to open it whilst the roots grow. And then now we tie another string here, so on the top, like we did to the bottom, and keep it nice and tight, because we don't want any soil to spill or any water to leak out of it, as we want it to retain its moisture, obviously. So give it a good old tight string around it, because the more tight it is, the better. But then also you need to undo it as well. So don't put it too tight that it's going to not be able to come off again. So you might want to use 1 or 2 strings to make it a bit tight.
Put another string in the middle to keep it nice and tight. Like that.
Yeah.
So that's the layering is done. Nice and easy. So it will take about
6 weeks?
probably 8 weeks to get rooted and ready to be transferred into pot. So we'll leave this, and this is part 2 of the video. So this branch I have air layered about 8 weeks ago. So you can see it got some fruits as well. So if we also look at this bag, you can see lots of roots are coming out, and it's a well grown, and it's ready to transfer. Actually, I have left it too long in the bag. Should have taken out a couple of weeks earlier. So now we need to cut this branch off and transfer into pot. So to do that, we need to use a pruning handsaw, because that branch is quite thick, so we need quite a sharp tool. But always wear safety gloves. This is extremely sharp, it could easily cut off your fingers, so use with care and don't share with children. So now we need to find the right position to cut this branch off. So what I'm going to do is,
here we have a wounded branch, so as you can see, we've cut it in the previous sketch. Now we need to heal it with grafting tape, because it's going to get infections if we leave it like this untreated. It's like if you leave a splinter untreated, it would get bacteria and infections. So we need to cover it with grafting tape to make sure that it doesn't get these bacteria and viruses, and does not get a disease. So now we're going to cover it with the grafting tape. So we're going to wrap it round like you'd wrap a bandage around a finger. Make sure you cover the top as well as the sides.
And also, if you don't have grafting tape, the other best solution is use grafting potty. That does the same thing. It's basically healing it. So stop letting water getting into it.
So now we've got it nearly fully wrapped. Make sure the thing is very tight so nothing can get in. No bugs, no water, nothing. Because if you leave it untreated, it will get bacteria and have a disorder or disease.
Okay, done very carefully. You shouldn't be breaking
break the branch
or the
lovely
roots. Yeah?
fruits. Or you
Take your time, don't rush into this while you're taking off this bag. Slowly take off the strings and whatever the wrapping sellotapes you've done. And what I'll do is
be careful not to cut any of the roots whilst you're doing so. So as you can see, the soil has retained its moisture, which is good. So can you see it's really damp, wet as well, which is good. And we only planted this roughly 8 weeks ago. You can see the big roots here,
so
and
I'm
moss
going to
is
take this
starting
part
to grow.
off as it's not going to be much helpful.
So I've taken that bit off. Remove the grafting tape
Okay, hold on.
or anything you use to wrap around it. Don't worry about moss growing on your soil. It's fine. Moss doesn't really do anything. Do not rush whilst you're unwrapping it, as it may cause you severe damage on your plant, and it will be a waste of a branch and fruit.
So as you can see,
We have removed the wrapping package of the roots, and now we can pop it into a box.
the video. So depending on the size of the branch, pick the reasonable size pot. I think this is about 90 liters pot, and we mix it up with compost and topsoil, so it has enough strength, and also all the nutrients that compost provides. So get your branch
So get your branch
nice and slowly.
and be
into the
sure
pot.
not to drop it, as this may damage the roots or any part of your branch. Make sure the root is deeply buried into the soil so it won't fall down in heavy winds, because the roots are what support the structure of the whole branch. The roots are what make it stand up. For example, if we didn't have feet, how are we supposed to stand up? That's why trees also need roots. Trees need feet. The roots are like the trees of the feet of the tree. So we've covered the whole with the same mixed compost soil. So multi-purpose compost and topsoil mixed together. distilled water. Needs to be moisture. Like every other plant, it has to be moisture. It needs lots of water and sun.
That's it.